Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and don't forget Kraken the Cryptic on Patreon, our newest Sudoku hunt about krakens and creatures of the deep. Do check it out. There is a wide range of puzzles in it, in both terms of difficulty and rule sets, and it's proved incredibly popular, so I'm delighted with that. In fact, I think almost every puzzle has been selected as one of the most difficult for different people, which is really weird. And almost every puzzle has been selected as a favourite for different people, which is less strange but still delightful. So do check them out, they're really good. That's on Patreon, along with other content that we put on Patreon occasionally. We do this monthly reward until the 20th. You can enter the competition. That's what Cracking the Cryptic is all about. So that's there. Our apps are on the links under the video as well. You can check all of those out. We have Arrow Sudoku apps. We have Killer Sudoku apps. Two of the genres we'll be looking at in this puzzle. And of course, there's also Sven Sudoku Pad and our merchandise. So do check out the links under the video. We love it when you engage with us. Even if you're sending us comments telling us where we could have solved better, we're happy with that. And grateful sometimes. I'll go that far. But today's puzzle is by a constructor who I think has been notable for difficult puzzles and has often been done by Simon before. But I get to run the gauntlet of James Sinclair. That's a fabulous phrase, isn't it? Which, and I guess that's why we're looking, you know, gauntlet is a glove, but running the gauntlet is running down between two columns of people who are kind of slapping you with their gloves, which is a fantastic medieval practice and ought to be brought back for many modern celebrities. And you clearly have to run down this gauntlet between the arrows in this puzzle. I love the idea. Anyway, what are the rules of this puzzle? Because they don't really have anything to do with gauntlets. Normal Sudoku rules apply. We're going to be putting 1 to 9 in every row, column, and 3 by 3 box. Cages show their sums, and digits cannot repeat within a cage. Standard killer rules. Digits on arrows sum to the 2-digit number in the connected pill. So those 6 digits add up to a 2-digit number, which is written in here left to right. And the same with these 7 digits, I suppose, on that pill. Those digits can repeat if allowed by other rules, and a digit in a cell with a shaded square must be even. We have one of those in the puzzle. Right, give it a try on the first link under the video, because I am told that this puzzle is not as hard as James Sinclair's normal fare, which is encouraging for me, but I have found some of his normal fare very hard. Anyway, give it a try. I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. So we've got some 6 cages, which is a delight. I can put 1, 2, 3 in them because that's the minimum value of 3 different digits in a Sudoku, so they must be filled with those. Oh gosh, there's nothing else here, is there, apart from the big old arrows? Oh, right. The tens digits of these pills. Right, I think I know what we're up to here. The tens digits of these pills can't be 1, 2, or 3 because of column 1. So they're at least 4 and 5. That is going to take the total of both pills. If we allow a 4 and 5 there and say a 1 and 2 minimum in these unit cells, we get to 93 as a minimum total for these 2 arrows. And what I'm going to do is to add up the cage totals and subtract 93 and see what I'm left with. Yeah, okay, let's do that first of all. So I'm just going to use this sort of area as an aide-memoire for the time being. So 93 is the minimum for these for these pill totals. Now the cages, What have we got? 18 and 14, 32. 18 and 14, 32. 19, 14. So 3 lots of 32 plus 1. 97 for the cage total. Oh, I've got some sort of conflict checker on. That's annoying. Sorry. Don't know how that gets turned on. Luckily, I'm only doing aide memoir, so that hasn't helped me at all. There we go. It's gone. Okay, sorry about that. Now, 93 for the pills, minimum. 97 for the cages, exact. This is impossible. There've got to be digits in these. Oh, there's this cell. I'm sorry. Okay. Also, I'm just going to get rid of everything from there. Let's put 97 there. We're going to come to a total of 90. Oh, this is... Right. Sorry, I completely misunderstood. Let me colour some cells and tell you what I'm sort of looking at. So, the purple cells are on the arrows and contributing to the pills. This orange cell is not on the arrows and is contributing to the pill. And these blue cells are in the cages, not contributing to the arrows. So there's got to be some maths we can do. And I bet there's going to be no degrees of freedom. So let's assume the minimum values in the blue cells, which, well, this one can't be 1, 2, or 3. So we'll say a 4 for that. A 1, 2 pair there is 7. A 1, 2 pair there is 10. And a 1 there is 11. So that's coming off the 97 total of the cages. Okay, so... Oh, this is... Oh, bother. Okay, let's forget the aide memoir. I'll do it in my head because it's getting confusing. 97 is the total for the cages. 11 is the minimum total for the blue cells. So the maximum total for the purple cells is 86. That's 97 minus 11. 86 plus the maximum total for orange there is 95, which apparently gives us 2 degrees of freedom on our 93 minimum. And I was expecting to come up with 0, so I may have missed something. I said 1, 2, 1, 2, 1 on those. Ah, that can't be a 1 because it's in a 19 cage. Now, does that change the maximum? Yes, it does. It does. That must be at least a 2. So we're down to 1 degree of freedom. So I think we could fill in 2 or 3 there. 2 being the minimum possible total. 1, 2 or 3 there, and one of them is a 1. 1, 2 or 3 there, and one of them is a 1. Because they can only add up to 3 or 4. There's only 1 degree of freedom. This is 4 or possibly 5. This has to be its maximum or possibly 1 less. These have to add up to 93 or possibly 94 with this degree of freedom. So there is a 1 in them. This 19, the 19 cage has to have a 9 in it. This isn't quite enough to get this done. I suppose with the 1, 2, 3s, oh look, I've got a 1, 2, 3 triple in this row. So I could start colouring cells that have to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9. It feels a bit weird. I don't think that's going to give me anything. Oh, I'm a bit surprised. I mean, we're close to having... And there's nothing else in this puzzle. We've looked at... I mean, there's this even cell. That's not a 2. I mean, I don't know. That's not interesting. What else am I meant to do? Do I really have to kind of... I don't want to experiment with numbers. That's not a nice way to solve the puzzle. Oh, I haven't looked at the arrows individually. Oh, hang on. Right, these 14 cages, obviously the total is lower. So even with this orange digit, right, what are the maximum? Yeah, what are the maximum on this arrow? What is the maximum total on this arrow? So 10 there, 13 there, 13 there, 26, 36. Oh, yeah. Even with whatever that is, we can't go above 40 something. So that is the 4, and that is the 5. Now, these 6 cells add up to 50 something. The maximum they can be is 9, 8 in each case. 9, 8 add up to 17. 3 lots of 17 is 51, which is the minimum number we can... Oh, it's much simpler than I was doing. Sorry, I've done this holistic double arrow calculation. I should have done a single arrow calculation. 51 is very obviously 3 sets of 9, 8. Well, it's obvious if you play darts and you occasionally aim for triple 17. That is now, I mean, this is obvious that those are not ones. Now, what has happened? We've got these numbers. That is a 2. These blues, that is a 1, and that is a 1. Ooh, I can put 1 in there now. Now, this is not 1 or 2, and there goes the degree of freedom that I would in the version that I was doing. That is now 3. Everything else has to be maximal in orange or purple and minimal in blue. So we get a 2 there, we get a 4 there, we get a 9 here, and we get a 2 here. And I'm just going to check that this is going to work. 12 plus 11 plus 10. So 3 lots of 11 effectively. 33 plus 9 is 42. Yes. I can put in 2. Actually, I can do that whole cage. Wow, that is... Well, it's not a weird start. It's just I wasn't very good at it. Okay, that's not that weird. That happens. Right, 14 there. Means 10 on these 2 cells, which cannot use a 9 or an 8 or a 4. They are 3, 7, and we know the order. No. These 2 add up to 12. Oh, hang on, I've got this 9. Let's do that. 9 in box 5 means that's 8, that's 9. I can't do those 2. What have I got up here? 2, 5, and 6 to place. Okay, this now can't have a 9 in either cell. These add up to 12. They can't be 2 6s because they're in the same cage. So it's either 5, 7 or 4, 8. And I think they have to be that way around with the low digit here because of that 5 and say that 8. These add up to 11, and they're not 3, 8. Oh, they're also not 2, 9. So they're 4, 7 or 6, 5, and I cannot see an ordering issue with either of those yet. And that's all the good stuff is for. Oh, look at the even digit is now seeing a 4 and an 8. All the clues marked in the grid are filled in to some extent now. So the rest is Sudoku, and we'll see how we get on with that. I'm quite confident. Oh, 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spot. Light having a party. We get a 1 there. This is a 3, 4, 5 triple. Oh, this was easier than James's normal stuff, but I didn't see how it was easier for a considerable time. It's very clever, actually. 51. Yeah, I mean, it's neat. I mean, the work I was doing was not irrelevant. It was just not quite focused on the right thing. I'm going to put it that way. Call me a special pleading excuse artist, if you wish. 8 in this column seems to have to be there. 5, 6, 9. 2 and 6 are in this row, so that's a 5. That finishes, not quite finishes box 3. 5, 8, 9. That can't be a 5 now. Oh, we can't be eliminated. Oh, that can't be a 4. We might get down to the final elimination on this cage now, but not quite yet. 7 and 8 in row 3. That's good. Oops, 7 was what I was meant to type. 9 there, looks across. Now box 3 is the first, no, not the first box finished. We've done box 7. 9, 2 in this box goes there. Two in the central box. No, can't do that yet. 196. That is a naked single. It sees 1842 in the column, 3796 in the row. So the only other possible digit remaining is a 5, and that is what a naked single means. 3, 4, 6 there. That can't be 4. Now 2. Yes, now I can place 2 in the central box. That might be all the 2s done in the grid. It is, yeah. 51842. We might not be finished, given James's reputation yet, so there might still be an interesting move or 2 to do, even though it's kind of regular Sudoku now. 2. We've got 1 and 3 in these cells somewhere. These are from 4, 5, 7. 8. 8 in this box is done. That's probably the last 8 in the grid then. Yes, it is. 5, 7, 9, 6 along the bottom row. I don't know. 5 must be in one of those 2 cells. Yes, the only place for 5 in this row, therefore. It's probably an easier way of seeing that. Why does 5 have to be here? Just because of the pencil marking? No, because of the 5s there and there. There is a much easier way of seeing it. 7 is definitely in one of those 2. 8, 6, 9. This is strange that this isn't just falling over at this point. That is 6 or 7. Ah, that's a pair. That's very useful. Right. So the only place for 5 in the middle row turns out to be there. That gives us an offset cell thing. And I've miscalculated that cage. That's a 6. That's better. 5, 3, 6 adds up to the right total, not the wrong total. And now, that 5 can't be in that cell. We've got 5 in the bottom row now. This is a naked 3. It sees everything else in the row, column or box. This is 1 or 6. This is 1 or 4. That is what we call a chocolate teapot triple, because it's about as useful as a chocolate teapot. They've all got alternatives and we can't resolve them. That is 4 or 7. And there's a chocolate teapot quadruple. Now, let's use that 6, 7, 8. Yes, row 5 was the key, and I just stopped using it, having discovered that it was being useful. So that's mea culpa on that one, mea maxima culpa. 7 there. That's a 3. Lots of this is getting done now. I don't think we're going to need any special techniques. I'm delighted to say 1 and 6. We've got a 7 in the center. 3 there. 6. Box 2's done. This one is known. It's a 9. 7, 6. That fixes this triple. If I could type, it fixes it. This is a 4. 1 and 6 are done now. That's got to be 1. And this is a 9, a 7 to finish. And there we go. That's not too bad at all. That is nice. That's a nice puzzle. I did manage to delude myself with this pair. It's something to do with the fact that this puzzle's by James, actually. And I wasn't expecting him to give us an arrow that we could work on straight away. That's not fair. He doesn't give us an arrow that we can work on straight away. You have to do the work to work out that this is 40 something before you know what this arrow is, but then you do know what it is in its entirety. You just have to sort out the 8 9s after that. And that is very neat. That's a really neat construction, and I like it a lot. And I like the Gauntlet image as well. Good stuff, James. Thank you very much for sending it to us. We will be back with you for more Sudoku tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.